This is a super shortened version of your instructions to complete your EOC review in USA Test Prep. This does count for 20% of your grade, so please make sure you're staying on task with these items. Here's the overview of what you need to do. The first thing that you need is to complete the domain tests that are in USA Test Prep. Try not to spend more than about 30 minutes on each one because you want the majority of your time, your 5 hours of time, to come from actually practicing the material to prepare for the EOC, not from taking these little domain tests. The purpose of the domain test is just to show you your areas of weakness and your areas of greatest strength. That way you don't waste your time practicing something that you're already good at. Once you've taken your domain tests, USA Test Prep will give you a bunch of colored dots. I'll show you that in just a moment. You're going to first work to make your yellow dots green, then you can work on your pink dots. And make sure you're keeping your goal in mind that you need to have 5 hours of practice done in USA Test Prep between April 15th, that was this past Monday, all the way up through May 5th. That's when I will kind of capture what you've done at that point and calculate up your grade. It counts for 20% of your grade in the grade book. Here are the instructions for logging into USA Test Prep. Click Member Login when you go to the website. Everybody's school ID is GA Cyber. Your username is your student ID number. And then your password is your first name, followed by the last 3 numbers of your student ID. Once you log into USA Test Prep, there are some instructions that you're going to follow, and I'm going to actually show you what that looks like from a student account. So here I am logged in as a sample student. You're going to, from your homepage, go to EOC at the top. Your top bars might look a little bit different than this, but go find the one that says EOC and click on Algebra 1 because that's our course. Then you'll see these 4 colorful tabs, and you'll see a bunch of dots on the right-hand side. The domain tests that you're going to take, there are 4 of them, are going to help make these dots very specific. It's going to show you your areas of weakness, that would be pink, and then your areas that you're really strong in, those will be green, and then yellow is like in the middle. So right here you see equations is the first group of standards. You would click domain test to take that test. I'm going to show you where all 4 of them are and then walk you through the actual domain test itself. So this first chunk is equations. The second set of stuff is expressions, and again there's the domain test button. You can scroll some more, there's functions. And then the very last piece is interpreting categorical and quantitative data. We're just going to call it data. But the domain test is next to each one of those titles, and you can see all the colorful dots that I have right here. All of mine are pink under the student sample account because I just literally went in, clicked through the domain test, and submitted it without answering anything. So I got a 0 on all of them. That's why all my dots look pink. So select the domain test that you're missing. That'll be in the progress report email that you are hopefully looking at right now. You're going to need to select my name under where it says teacher. Now, these are in alphabetical order by last name. So you're going to have to scroll down and find the P's for Powell. There I am right here. And then there's only one option under the class. It'll automatically select that for you. You'll select load test. And then you will answer the 20 questions to the best of your ability. The better you do on this, the less practice it's going to want you to do later. So do your best on it, but please don't take forever on these tests. Answer them the best that you can. If you truly don't know it, just do your best guess, and then it'll point you back into practice after you've done it. So when you complete the tests, you can go back to this practice page right here. And so let's just say this first standard, I got my pink dot. So I'm going to click on the dot. And now I've got some options of what I can do. I can watch videos. I can look at some vocabulary. I can do additional practice questions if I just want more stuff to try. There are performance tasks that you can complete as well. And then puzzles if you'd like to test out your knowledge using something that's a little bit more fun. But any of these things that you're doing right here will count towards your time. So if you want to practice, like right here, using units, let's just say I want to watch a video. So you can go in here and you can watch any of the videos that you would like to watch, and the time that you spend on the activity will count towards your 5 hours of practice that I'm requiring you to have before May 5th. Now, one thing that I do want to mention, I've noticed that quite a few people have been taking their domain test, but they've just been taking the test, quote unquote, and just kind of clicking through real slow. You're taking like 3, 4, 5 hours on one domain test. If I see that happening, if I think that you're spending an outrageous amount of time on just one topic, I'm not going to give you more than about, 30 minutes to an hour's worth of credit for that, because those domain tests should not be taking you 3, 4, 5 hours to complete. The majority of your practice needs to come from coloring these dots, trying to turn them green. So you can scroll down, find whatever dots you want to do. If they are gray, that means that we don't really know how you're doing on that standard, so you can try it. You can click the ones that are gray and just maybe start practicing some questions. You can choose random, beginner, or advanced, and then it'll help give your dots a color right there. So if you try some questions, you get them right, it might jump you straight to a green dot. Your goal, your personal goal, is to get as many green dots as you can. But your grade goal is to make sure you have 5 hours of legitimate practice completed, and then I will give you a 100 for it's worth 20% of your grade.